thought like even if I get killed on the east, like when 50 goes to the west, like my homies, my coast, like my fans are gonna kill him.
If you didn't know, 50 Cent and The Game have both got beef that goes back almost 2 decades. And while the beef might have simmered down today, there was a time it almost turned deadly. Hell, The Game himself thought he and 50 were going to go down like Biggie and Pac.
So at that point in time, like I don't really give a f.
Well, now the beef has been ignited, and it seems 50 wants some smoke. Now he has sent a message, and all The Game has to do is avoid 50, the rise and fall of G-Unit. For us to understand this beef, let us go down memory lane. In the early 2000s, 2 rising stars in the world of hip-hop would come together to form an alliance that would shake the industry to its core. 50 Cent, known for his gritty lyrics and unapologetic persona, had already established himself as a force to be reckoned with. The Game, a talented rapper with a unique style, was making waves with his debut mixtapes. Little did they know that their collaboration would lead to one of the most explosive beefs in hip-hop history. At the time, 50 Cent was signed to Dr. Dre's Aftermath Records, where he had become the label's biggest star. The Game, on the other hand, was a rising talent who caught the attention of Dr. Dre. Recognizing his potential, Dr. Dre saw an opportunity to capitalize on the success of both artists by having The Game join G-Unit, 50 Cent's chart-topping hip-hop act. In 2003, The Game officially signed to Aftermath Records, and the stage was set for a collaboration between him and 50 Cent. The 2 artists began working together on The Game's debut album, aptly titled The Documentary. This collaboration would prove to be a pivotal moment in both of their careers. As The Game's album started to gain momentum, fueled by hit singles like West Side Story, Hate It or Love It, and How We Do, tensions began to rise between him and 50 Cent. While Aftermath Records celebrated the success of The Game's singles, 50 Cent started to feel as if he was being overshadowed and controlled. You could even tell there was tension from the Hate It or Love It music video where 50 chose to sit in the back. Having risen from the streets of Harlem to achieve stardom, 50 Cent was no stranger to hard work and determination. He had fought tooth and nail to establish himself as a prominent figure in the industry, and he was not about to let anyone take that away from him. The success of The Game's album, coupled with the delays in 50 Cent's own album, The Massacre, contributed to his growing frustration. The release of The Massacre was pushed back a month to accommodate The Game's rising popularity. This decision did not sit well with 50 Cent, who felt that he was being forced to sacrifice his own success for the benefit of others. He began to question his loyalty to G-Unit and the toll it was taking on his career. The tensions between 50 Cent and The Game eventually reached a boiling point. On February 28, 2005, during a radio interview on Hot 97, 50 Cent made a venomous claim that The Game had not been loyal to the group. The Game had expressed a desire to collaborate with G-Unit's rivals, including Nas, Jadakiss, and Fat Joe, all of whom were well-known enemies of the crew. Considering this a direct betrayal, 50 Cent made the shocking decision to kick The Game out of G-Unit live on air. The Game, however, was not one to back down. In a bold move, he showed up with his crew to confront 50 Cent at the radio station. What happened next was a clash of egos and a battle for dominance. The 2 entourages engaged in a heated verbal exchange, with tensions escalating by the minute. As emotions reached a boiling point, the confrontation turned physical. Fists flew, and chaos ensued. The Game and his crew found themselves in the midst of a full-blown brawl with 50 Cent's security team. It wasn't long before the guns came out and the bullets flew, with one man shot in his upper thigh. Luckily, no one died. The Game would later recount what happened that night. The crazy thing about it, I think it was one of the coldest days in New York in the last 50 years or something. The snow was like up to knees, and so we had on Converse. I don't know if anybody ever been to New York when it's snowing heavy, but Converse in New York in the winter is the absolute worst decision you could make. It was slipping and sliding. I remember we was hiding behind trash trucks and shooting back. It was just a whole shootout outside of Hot 97 that got us banned and changed the way that Hot 97 does interviews, I think, to this day. This incident marked the beginning of a full-fledged beef between 50 Cent and The Game. The Game retaliated with a series of diss tracks and mixtapes, including Ghost Unit and Stop Snitchin', Stop Lying. The album begins with a diss track titled Ghost Unit Intro. In this instance, The Game referred to 50 Cent and his crew as Ghost Unit, while rapping over the Ghostbusters theme song. The beef between 50 Cent and The Game not only shattered the unity of G-Unit, but the act also reverberated throughout the hip-hop community. It was a clash of egos and a battle for dominance that would forever change the course of their careers. The fallout from this explosive beef would set the stage for the unraveling of G-Unit as a collective force in the industry. With the explosive beef between 50 Cent and The Game, the foundation of G-Unit was shaken to its core. The departure of The Game marked the beginning of a downward spiral for the group, as internal tensions and personal conflicts began to take their toll. The once united crew found themselves losing motivation and struggling to maintain their relevance in the ever-evolving landscape of hip-hop. In 2008, G-Unit faced another major blow when Young Buck was dropped from the group. Buck had been an integral part of G-Unit since its inception, but his diminishing role and personal issues led to his departure. The inner workings of the group were exposed, and tensions between Buck and 50 Cent reached a breaking point. The decision to drop Young Buck on Hot 97 was a public display of the disintegration of G-Unit. As the 2010s rolled around, the remaining members of G-Unit, Lloyd Banks and Tony Yayo, found themselves struggling to reinvigorate their notoriety as MCs. While 50 Cent's solo career continued to soar, Banks and Yayo seemed to be left in the shadows. In an interview with XXL, 50 Cent expressed his frustration with their lack of motivation, stating, "They just sit there and wait. When someone works for you, you have the habit of dealing with things by not dealing with them. You may get in the regimen of coming over and doing it for them." The dynamics within G-Unit had shifted dramatically. 50 Cent, now a multifaceted entertainer with ventures in acting and business, had outgrown the confines of the group. His solo career had surpassed anything G-Unit had achieved collectively, and he felt that he was carrying the weight of the quartet on his shoulders. The once unbreakable bond between the members had eroded, and the motivation to work together had all but disappeared. Lloyd Banks and Tony Yayo, once integral parts of G-Unit's success, struggled to find their footing in the ever-changing landscape of hip-hop. While they had their moments of individual success, they were unable to recapture the same level of prominence they had enjoyed during the height of G-Unit's reign. The diminishing roles of Banks and Yayo further contributed to the unraveling of the group. As time went on, it became clear that G-Unit was no longer the powerhouse it once was. The iconic bling era of hip-hop that they had helped shape was fading into the background, making way for new sounds and styles. While fans held out hope for a reunion and a resurgence of G-Unit's glory days, 50 Cent consistently shut down these rumors. In an interview with The Breakfast Club in August 2022, 50 Cent made it clear that he had moved on from G-Unit and had no intention of working with them again. He stated,
"Probably won't do a project with them. I'm done with carrying them around. My back hurts."
The relationship between the members had deteriorated over the years, and 50 Cent remained closest to Tony Yayo, whom he considered the more mature member of the quintet. The loss of motivation among G-Unit's members, coupled with the overwhelming success of 50 Cent's solo career, ultimately led to the demise of the group. While their legacy as a collective force in hip-hop will always be remembered, the internal conflicts and personal struggles proved to be insurmountable obstacles. G-Unit's story serves as a cautionary tale of the challenges that come with fame, ego, and the ever-changing dynamics of the music industry. That, however, has not stopped the war of words between 50 and The Game, the diss tracks. When it comes to diss tracks, The Game and 50 Cent have left no stone unturned. Their feud has been fueled by a series of scathing and unforgettable tracks that have captivated hip-hop fans around the world. It all started with The Game's 300 Bars and Runnin', a track that served as the opening salvo in his G-Unit phase. Clocking in at over 15 minutes, the track was a relentless onslaught of lyrical jabs aimed at 50 Cent and G-Unit. The Game showcased his lyrical prowess and unleashed a barrage of insults, questioning 50 Cent's street credibility and mocking his success. Not one to back down, 50 Cent responded with his own diss track titled Piggy Bank. In the accompanying music video, 50 Cent took his shots at The Game by portraying him as a Mr. Potato Head doll. The track was filled with biting lyrics, with 50 Cent asserting his dominance and dismissing The Game's claims of superiority. It was a direct response to The Game's 300 Bars and Runnin', and showcased 50 Cent's ability to deliver hard-hitting punchlines. The diss tracks didn't stop there. The Game fired back with the Old English, a track that continued to target 50 Cent and G-Unit. He called out 50 Cent's alleged snitching and accused him of being a fake gangster. The Game's aggressive delivery and clever wordplay made Old English a standout diss track in the ongoing feud. 50 Cent retaliated with So Disrespectful, a powerful track where he asserted his superiority over The Game. He wasn't subtle about his target, with lyrics such as, "Come on, Game, you will never be my equal. I'm what you're never gonna be. I'm in that tax bracket you'll never see." The diss tracks continued to escalate, with The Game releasing My and 50 Cent responding with Love, Hate, Love. Love. These tracks delved into personal matters, with the game making references to 50 Cent's relationships and 50 Cent delving into the game's troubled past. The intensity of their lyrics and the personal nature of their attacks kept fans on the edge of their seats. As the feud raged on, the game released 92 Bars, a track where he took aim at 50 Cent once again. He addressed their past collaborations, claiming that they were great together and could have achieved endless success. The game's introspective lyrics and raw emotion made 92 Bars a standout diss track that resonated with fans. 50 Cent responded with I'm the Man, a track where he once again asserted his dominance and dismissed the game's claims of greatness. He rapped about his financial success and the fact that the game would never reach his level. The track showcased 50 Cent's confidence and his ability to deliver hard-hitting lyrics. The diss tracks between the game and 50 Cent continued to fuel their feud, with each rapper trying to outdo the other with their lyrical prowess. The intensity of their tracks and the personal nature of their attacks kept fans hooked and fueled the tabloid headlines. While the diss tracks may have been filled with shocking insults and heated exchanges, it's important to remember that they were part of the competitive nature of the rap game. Diss tracks have long been a way for rappers to assert their dominance and prove their lyrical skills. The game and 50 Cent's feud was no exception, and their diss tracks became the battleground for their ongoing rivalry. As time went on, the intensity of their feud began to fade, and both rappers moved on to other endeavors. The game turned his attention to other feuds, including one with Eminem, while 50 Cent focused on his business ventures and acting career. However, the impact of their diss tracks and the legacy of their feud will forever be etched in hip-hop history. Recently, it appeared that the game has been eager to turn up the heat. Last year, the game took to social media to call out 50 Cent. In a series of scathing posts, the game accused 50 Cent of being a woman abuser and didn't hold back in criticizing his weight. The game's words were harsh, explicit, and designed to hit 50 Cent where it hurts. The catalyst for the game's outburst was 50 Cent's recent denial of intentionally hitting a concertgoer with a thrown microphone during a performance in their shared hometown of Los Angeles. The incident, which was caught on camera, showed 50 Cent throwing the microphone into the crowd after a fan allegedly grabbed his leg. However, 50 Cent claimed it was an accident and that he didn't mean to hit anyone. The game wasted no time in seizing on this incident to reignite his feud with 50 Cent. He said, "Curtis, your fat ass came to LA hitting women," next to a thinking emoji. 50 Cent's attorney defended his actions, stating, "Let's be very clear. As I told LAPD this afternoon, my client Curtis would never intentionally strike anyone with a microphone." Then he went further to state that anyone who says something different does not have all of the fact and is misinformed. In the footage, the celebrity is handed a non-functional mic, visibly expressing impatience by dropping it aside on the stage. Subsequently, another microphone with technical glitches is provided to him, leading to him angrily throwing it away, accidentally hitting a fan in the process. Following the incident, 50 Cent has become a suspect in a criminal battery case, initiated after the woman involved filed a police report shortly after the concert, as reported by TMZ. An Instagram account, The Neighborhood Talk, also shared a picture of the injured fan with a bloody wound on her forehead, alleging that the victim is Brihanna Monaghan, a host from Power 106. Law enforcement sources informed the outlet that 50 threw the mic at his crew in the production area and hit the victim, and the woman reportedly claimed to officers that 50 looked directly at her before throwing the mic. The injured fan was subsequently taken to the hospital to receive treatment for a head laceration resulting from the microphone impact. TMZ obtained photos depicting the victim with a deep cut on her forehead, her head wrapped in a bandage, along with cuts and bruises on her arm and palm. Sources close to the situation informed TMZ that while 50 Cent wasn't specifically targeting the woman, the force of the impact was significant. An insider familiar with the rapper's perspective suggested that the woman was in a restricted area near the stage where she wasn't supposed to be. However, it's unclear why this claim would absolve 50 Cent of responsibility. The rapper has been actively touring for his final lap tour, which commenced in July and is scheduled to conclude on December 14th in Auckland, New Zealand, with international dates beginning in late September. This was not the only time these men tried to diss each other. In 2022, the game claimed that Kanye West had done more for his career in 2 weeks than Dr. Dre had in nearly 2 decades since his debut album. This surprised many, including 50 Cent. 50 then went on to tweet alongside a screenshot of the quote in question, "Hun, what happened here?" He didn't elaborate, but in such situations, explanations are often unnecessary. After all, it was Dr. Dre who introduced the game to the Aftermath/G Unit machine, producing several of the Compton rapper's earliest hits, including West Side Story and How We Do, both featuring 50 Cent. It's reasonable to attribute much of the game's success to these early collaborations, providing him with a strong foundation and a devoted fan base. Back in 2011, the game had implied 50 was gay by tweeting, "At TMZ, but look around, I be surprised when I see someone who's not gay. My girl hairstylist is gay, and he cool. At 50 Cent gay, and we was cool. This response was triggered by a TMZ article discussing the game's apprehension toward gay individuals and their potential transmission of AIDS. White flags? Amidst the recent uproar over the game's remarks about 50's weight and his apparent lack of appreciation for Dre's impact on his career, it's worth noting that these incidents occurred after reports emerged suggesting that the two had resolved their long-standing feud. Back in 2016, the game and 50 Cent were seen together at Ace of Diamonds in Los Angeles on August 1st, according to TMZ. The game even addressed the reconciliation publicly, stating in a Twitter video, "I feel no certain way. I with 50. What happened? That was 12 years ago. Ain't on that Ain't nobody on that old This suggests that any past animosity or issues between them are in the past, and they are moving forward positively. Then in March of the same year, 50 Cent and the Game were seen partying together at Playhouse nightclub in Hollywood. This unexpected encounter sparked rumors of a potential thaw in their icy relationship. It was the first time in years that the two former collaborators were seen in each other's company, and it gave fans a glimmer of hope that a resolution might be on the horizon. Prior to this encounter, tensions had been high between 50 Cent and the Game. In 2014, 50 Cent called a photo of the Game and Lloyd Banks a publicity stunt, further fueling the flames of their feud. The two had been at odds for over a decade, exchanging diss tracks and engaging in public spats that seemed to deepen the divide between them. However, it seems that time and reflection played a significant role in paving the way for their reconciliation. The Game, in a Twitter video, expressed his support for 50 Cent, stating that the past was in the past and that they were no longer holding on to old grudges. He emphasized that the events that had caused their initial falling out were over a decade old and that they were no longer on that old. This sentiment was echoed by 50 Cent, who also embraced the idea of moving forward. In an unexpected twist, he publicly acknowledged his respect for the Game and expressed his willingness to let go of the past. This change in attitude was a stark departure from their previous public exchanges, where insults and animosity were the norm. It is worth noting that prior to this recent development, there had been hints of a potential thaw in their relationship. In 2016, the Game had given props to 50 Cent for his FN vodka, praising its quality. He said, "I started drinking FN vodka and I thought, this is actually amazing." These positive remarks hinted at a possible softening of their stance towards each other, laying the groundwork for their eventual reconciliation. The internal beef within G Unit, which had been a significant source of tension between 50 Cent and the Game, also played a role in their reconciliation. With the internal conflicts within the group now resolved, it is possible that the path to a full reunion has been cleared. While the Game had previously dismissed the possibility of a reunion, stating that he couldn't see it happening in the near future, the recent turn of events suggests otherwise. The fact that they were now doing the same thing at the same time, as the Game put it, indicated a newfound alignment between the two artists. The reconciliation between 50 Cent and the Game is not just a personal triumph for the two artists, but it also holds significant implications for the hip-hop community as a whole. The impact of this unexpected resolution reverberates beyond their individual careers, marking a turning point in the history of rap feuds and setting a new precedent for conflict resolution in the industry. First and foremost, the reconciliation between 50 Cent and the Game signifies the power of forgiveness and growth. It serves as a reminder that even the most bitter feuds can be resolved when individuals are willing to let go of past grievances and move forward. This reconciliation sends a powerful message to the hip-hop community, encouraging unity and collaboration over division and animosity. The significance of this reconciliation is further amplified by the long-standing and highly publicized nature of the feud between 50 Cent and the Game. For over a decade, their animosity has been a topic of discussion and speculation, with fans and industry insiders alike weighing in on the feud. The resolution of this feud not only puts an end to years of tension and hostility, but also offers hope for the possibility of reconciliation in other high-profile rap feuds. Furthermore, the reconciliation between 50 Cent and the Game has the potential to reshape the landscape of the rap industry. Their feud has been a source of division within the hip-hop community, with fans and artists taking sides and perpetuating the animosity. By squashing their beef, 50 Cent and the Game have set an example for other artists, demonstrating that conflicts can be resolved and bridges can be rebuilt. The impact of this reconciliation extends beyond the personal lives of 50 Cent and The Game. It has the potential to inspire collaboration and unity within the hip-hop community, fostering an environment of mutual respect and support. The resolution of their feud opens up the possibility for future collaborations and joint ventures, which could lead to groundbreaking music and cultural contributions. Moreover, the reconciliation between 50 Cent and The Game has generated significant buzz and media attention. The unexpected nature of their reunion has captured the interest of fans and industry insiders alike, sparking conversations and speculation about the future of their relationship and the potential for a full reunion of G-Unit. This heightened attention has brought renewed interest to their music and careers, further solidifying their status as influential figures in the rap industry. The impact of this reconciliation also extends to their fan bases. For years, fans of 50 Cent and The Game have been divided, taking sides in the feud and perpetuating the animosity between the two artists. The resolution of their beef offers fans the opportunity to come together, celebrating their shared love for the music and appreciating the growth and maturity demonstrated by their favorite artists. That brings us to the end of this video. For more videos like this, click on the cards on your screen.